There are three parts. We can separate the whole protein line into three parts. The washing impurities part, like the protein part, and the drying parts. It is really high efficiency, and for our whole protein line, the final starch rate it is about 94%. So you can easily do the comparison with other companies' equipments. I mean, for other companies' equipments, the protein rate is normally about 80% or 85 at most. And it is our decider. When we already have the starch, we have to remove all of the fine sand if there's something really existing inside of the starch. And for the later part, it's our hydrocyclone station, a really complex technology. Let me show you. Yeah, this is our hydrocyclone station, totally sealed equipment, totally closed equipment. There are two paddles to separate our equipment into three parts. Left, middle, and right parts. Let me just pose it here. In the middle part, there are multiply of the centrifuge tubes. It is adopted inside. All of the starch will gain to this equipment in the middle part, and gain to the tubers, gain to all of the tubers here. And it have two sides, bigger size part and smaller size part. Due to the different gravity for our starch and for the cells, when it get into the tubers, it will keep rotates, and all of the impurities like the cells will out of the equipment at the left part, the bigger size part, and all of the starch will out of, like the clean starch will out of the tubers at the right parts to separate all of the cells, to increase the whiteness and lower the grayness, to make sure the color, the final color of the starch, it is really good. It can meet the national requirements. And if you do have any questions currently, you can just leave your question in the comment area, or just add our WhatsApp number, or send us send your requirements by the email. It is all can do. And normally we will use 18 or 19 of the equipments as the bundle to remove the cells, to increase the whiteness and lower the grayness. Hydrocyclone, the working principle for our hydrocyclone station. It is the best equipment for refining, washing, and concentrating the crude starch after separating most of the proteins and other light substances by the separator. If by many groups of countercurrent series, it can replace the separation unit used. It has a small area, done with 4 centrifuge per size, simple structure, no vibration, and convenient maintenance, reliable operation, and other a lot of advantages. And the production of the same quality of the starch done with the centrifuge process to save about 50% investment, and it is easy to operate. Maintenance cost it is really low, and it is one of the equipments with high promotion value of the starch industry. And why do we need to use about the hydrocyclone station? Screened coarse starch milk contains a certain amount of protein, and these protein particles, it is really tiny, but the time it is relatively long. Hi, how are you? Mahdi, how are you? Welcome to the live. Currently, we are showing you the tuber starch protein line. If there's anything that you are interested, easily stay in the comment area. We can definitely show more detailed information for our protein line. And the hydrocyclone station in starch industry belongs to the leaky hydrocyclone. It is the working principle. It is kind of similar to the gas hydrocyclone. It is separated by centrifuge force and suspension position with different specific gravity of particles, and the material enters in tangential position of the cyclone tube at a certain pressure, rotates in the tube and produce larger centrifuge force, and the large particles move down along the tube's wall and discharged by the bottom flow hole, while the smaller particles move up near to the center and discharged by the overflow port. And we have done the starch and flour and Gary business about 10 years, and we do have so many of the provides clients and provides projects. So if there's anything that you need, you can just directly let me know, especially for tuber starch, potato starch, and sweet potato starch, or cassava flour, Gary processing line. We are very professional for those